will be conducted and also vetted, including by undertaking consultation and exchange of information on the basis of the relevant provisions of the Chemical Weapons Convention, with a view to bringing those responsible to justice. In this case, as well, accountability is critical. We understand the case has now been brought to the OPCW, which is the appropriate international body to deal with the issue. There are indeed a number of issues that need to be clarified surrounding the Salisbury incident, and we note that upon the request of the UK government, a technical mission of the OPCW was deployed recently and took samples from the individuals that were exposed to toxic chemical. We note the updates by the Director General of the OPCW yesterday at the special session of the Executive Council at The Hague. We hope the report of the OPCW will eventually clarify those issues. In the meantime, it's necessary that all the relevant parties cooperate with the OPCW and make every possible effort to resolve the issue in the spirit of the Chemical Weapon Convention, which clearly outlines what needs to happen in such cases. The lack of trust and the further deterioration of relations among major powers on this issue will not help but further undermine the rules-based international order. It's very clear that we can only be able to address some of these difficult issues if there is the necessary cooperation among us all, and if we abide by the rules that we have set for ourselves in all transparency and fidelity to the truth. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you to the representative of Ethiopia for your statement, and I now give the floor to the representative of France.
Monsieur le Président.
President, we are meeting here this afternoon following the request of a member state of this council to discuss the letter sent by the British Prime Minister dated the 13th of March, a matter on which we already met last month. This meeting this afternoon follows a special session of the Executive Council of the Organisation for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, the OPCW, held yesterday in The Hague on this same issue. At said special meeting of the OPCW Executive Council, Russia pushed for the adoption of a draft decision which was resoundingly rejected. That meeting at the OPCW was convened before said body had issued its findings on the event in question, illustrating both yesterday and today an attempt to distract and to sow confusion. And this at a time when the wisest course of action is to follow a purely technical and depoliticized approach to this issue. President, let us examine the facts. They are shocking, they are troubling, and they are unacceptable. On the 4th of March this year in Salisbury, a military chemical agent, identified as belonging to the Novichok category, was used in a public space, targeting a former Russian intelligence officer and his daughter, and also affecting a British police officer and civilians in the area. This was the first proven use of a chemical weapon in Europe since the end of the Second World War. 1 century after the ravages wrought on that same European soil by the use of chemical gases during the Great War, the First World War. France has expressed at the highest possible levels of state its full and unequivocal support and its unwavering solidarity to the government and people of the United Kingdom. We reiterate that support and solidarity today. Whereas the British laboratory of Porton Down has confirmed that the gas samples identified belong to the Novichok family, and whilst the United Kingdom is pursuing its inquiry in full respect for the OPCW, for the Chemical Weapons Convention, the CWC, I would like to publicly voice once again France's trust in the work being carried out by